feel like we're becoming best friends, Bills Mafia. We've got even more Bills news going on during NFL free agency, and it feels like the Bills are on top of NFL free agency right now. Does it not? I mean, the moves have been all over the place. They are dead serious about getting better. And this time, the free agency news, it's not even a free agency move. It's a trade. Kaiir Elam has been traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a 2025 fifth-round pick and a 2026 seventh-round pick. Here's what the full trade looks like. So the Cowboys get Elam and a 2025 sixth, so we give him one of our draft picks this year, but we also get a fifth and next year's seventh. And to me, this trade is awesome. Elam was not nearly good enough for this football team. Benford is the future of this team. Rasul Douglas is a free agent. The Bills are probably going to be attacking cornerback in the NFL draft. And all of these moves leave me to one specific thing. If you like what they've been doing, hit that thumbs up on today's video. I want to see all the thumbs up. I want to see more than 300 likes on today's video. Because I know that you know that the Bills are serious now about contending for a Super Bowl. So let's get back to Elam for a second. Let's roll it back. I apologize for my intensity there for just a second. We'll talk a little bit more about what this means. So one thing that the Bills have addressed so far is the trenches, the defensive line, and the middle of the field. We've re-signed a bunch of linebackers. We've signed Larry Ogunjobi. We're getting a pass rusher. Now we're addressing the back end of the defense, which was another area of need, I'm not going to lie. The Bills' defense as a whole needed a lot of moves here and there. But if you take a look at the current cornerback room, Rasul Douglas, most likely gone. Christian Benford, the best cornerback you have in the room right now. Taron Johnson, good player. Elam is going to be out. Benford's going to move to cornerback 1. Or he could stay at cornerback 2, and then the Bills address it in the draft. Guys like Jahdae Barron or Maxwell Hairston from the University of Kentucky. Those two guys had great combines. They've had awesome interviews with the Bills. They've spoken. They did really, really well pre-draft. Now it's all about going after what you feel is necessary for the Bills to compete for a Super Bowl. And that's what this first part of the trade means to me. They got rid of a liability. They're going to attack and get younger in the draft. So they send him to the Cowboys. The Cowboys have not really made any free agency moves. So this kind of feels like for the Cowboys, it was like a, hey, we don't want to piss off our fans. And we know that we have to make a couple of free agency signings. So this isn't even, like I said, it's not even a signing, it's a trade. So they had to do something during NFL free agency. And the Bills got better. They got better. The Bills now have more draft capital with that extra pick. So we're just flip-flopping picks. We actually get a fifth and give up a sixth, and we get rid of a player. So great job there by the Buffalo Bills. Way to go on making sure that we have cleaned up a little bit of that cornerback room. Now we attack the draft, and we get better and better and better. I talked about it in earlier videos, brick by brick by brick. There's also some other free agency signings that we have to talk about as well, because it's not just the trade that went down. Damar Hamlin is re-signing with the Bills. Full details to be determined at this point. But Damar Hamlin, I think we all know, after that scary cardiac arrest episode a few years back against the Bengals, it was even kind of up in the air if he was ever going to play football again. Then he comes back, and not only that, gets a second contract, albeit a one-year deal. So Damar Hamlin is one of the greatest stories in the NFL right now. You can't tell me otherwise. I mean, to see what this guy did and what he went through, and remember, this was massive media news. This was all over the NFL world. It wasn't just a Buffalo story. This was an NFL story. People were scared. There were prayers up for DeMar. He was the number one athlete people were searching for a solid 2-week period. So to see him back onto the field is nothing short of spectacular, not just for Bills fans, but for NFL fans as a whole. I mean, you have to look at the bigger picture here. He is a good safety. He's not elite, but we are absolutely glad that he's back because based off of what happened a couple years prior, Damar Hamlin wasn't even going to play football again. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have said there's no way. There wasn't just him, though. We did sign Derek Forrest from the Washington Commanders, safety, another one-year deal, full details. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a lot about Derek Forrest, but here's what I do know. Anytime that you're adding more depth to your defensive backfield, you're only increasing your chances of getting better against the pass. So we alluded to the Bills getting that attack on the defensive line. Joey Bosa, Larry Ogunjobi this morning. Joey Bosa last night. But now that we're addressing the backfield, it feels like the Bills are attacking it at each emphasis of need, which is perfect. This is exactly what we want. And I said in an earlier video, the Bills get an A for free agency because of the moves that they've made. And before free agency, if you want to take a look at our recent signings, Khalil Shakir, we locked up. Terrell Bernard, we locked up. Greg Rousseau, we locked up. Going to restructure Josh Allen, but he's here for the next year, so that's another lockup. We are good on the offensive side of the football and some two heavy-hitting playmakers on the defensive side. Then we went out and got another wide receiver, Joshua Palmer. Another linebacker, Michael Hoyt. Darrington Evans we secured. Ty Johnson in the running back room we got. And then we got some lower deals here and there. The Reggie Gilliam, excuse me. Joey Bosa comes late last night, getting after the quarterback. Larry Ogunjobi this morning. Damar Hamlin, and then Derek Forrest. So, again, to make it a roundabout scenario, the Bills understood where their weak points were. It was all defense, but it starts in the trenches, run-stopping defense, middle of the field with your linebackers. Now address the back end, the defensive backfield. Re-sign Damar Hamlin. Trade Elam. Sorry, I'm getting all hot and heavy right now, just trying to keep all my thoughts together. So we're doing the right things. Every move that we are making right now signifies that we are ready for the Super Bowl. That's at least what it means to me. I don't know about you guys, but here's what I can ask you. I can ask you to grade the Bills' free agency moves. To me, it's an A. Now, not every signing is an A. Remember that. Not every signing is an A. But overall, as a whole, because the Bills have addressed the areas of need, it becomes an A. And I don't mean to keep beating that dead horse, but it is so unbelievably clear what the Bills are doing. And that's going to be all for us today on today's episode. Remember to subscribe. It is completely free. Like the video. Share this with a Bills fan. Help us continually grow the channel. I believe I was reading earlier when I was looking at our analytics. In the last 9 days, we've had more than 420 new subscribers. We cannot thank you enough for trusting us with all of your Bills news and rumors. My name is Trace Mustakis. Until the next video, be cool.